There's a small town in Maine that's being rocked by a scandal involving a Zumba instructor who allegedly, I'm sorry, Zumba and prostitution don't go in my head. It's really hard just to put it together, but who allegedly ran a prostitution ring out of her studio. Now, the court is allowing the release of the names on her client list, which apparently contains some prominent towns.
Right. How do you feel about that?
I think it's great.
It's great that they're releasing the names?
Yes, and yes, because for years and years, if we go back to the beginning of time with prostitutes and, you know, preachers have always been on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
But, I mean, why not, if you're going to embarrass the woman, why not embarrass the John? There are consequences to your behavior if you're the John. And so now, it's not just the women who are going to be biting this particular thing and going to jail. The men have the threat of going to jail, too. And I think that balances everything.
Should they have to go out and, like, dance in public? Like Zumba high tops?
Okay, I know it's all right, and that's what we're here for. The reason that I disagree is that we don't really know what's going on in these men's homes. We don't know if they're not getting any sex. We don't know if they're unmarried. We don't know if they have trouble at home. And
they're victims here. They are victims.
I am not. You know, there are some states in which prostitution is even legal.
That's the case that should be made.
Okay. And so I'm not sure that to release these names and cause the kind of pain and hurt and divorce and shame.
Maybe we should have a social worker visit their home and talk to them about it, huh?
I'm not sure.
Well, you know, against the law.
But no, in Fresno, it is against the law.
So these guys are breaking the law. Why shouldn't they be dealt with as lawbreakers? I mean, it's...
Because they might be going through a hard time.
In Fresno, California, along with this one, they're starting to suspects. They got them on a billboard on the highway, and if you drive down the highway, it says, you know, these people were soliciting prostitutes. This could be you. But I don't know. I wonder if they, because a lot of people won't do something if they're warned. If somebody said this, we're gonna put your name on a billboard. Maybe they won't go to a prostitute. But if you got it, like David said in an article, if you got a 13-year-old girl and she knows her dad is up there on the billboard, is it gonna cause bullying at school? What is it gonna do to the family?
Isn't it a form of exercise, and isn't sex a form of exercise?
But isn't it interesting, you know, men and women, people will argue, but men and women's sexuality is not the same. You do not have women going to male prostitutes.
No.
There are some.
Yeah, why would you go to Chippendales?
But not a lot with it. It's not as common.
I just feel bad for the women who are their guys. All of a sudden, they're like, yeah, you know, Tommy's into Zumba all of a sudden, and then, like, Billy's going
Let me ask you, like, a really crazy question. What about the woman who makes the choice that this is the way she's going to support her family? What about her?
Yeah.
And she gets put in jail. The guys that go to her, they get to walk away and be concerned about their friend. What about these? We don't know what's going on with her. We don't know why she's there. I mean, this is either everybody bites it or nobody bites it.
And to me, it should be legalized, because men are making these laws to let the guys off the hook because they understand that it's a necessary thing. It's the oldest profession. Some men need to go to a hooker for whatever their reason. And women need this for to make a living. It should be legalized. It should be safe. That's my position. It should be taxed, yes.
Well, then there's the judgment.
Then you won't have this issue.
Oh, my gosh, that is brilliant.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, hey,